All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got your nightly watch list. So I appreciate everybody who gave me feedback on this. Honestly, I need you guys. You guys need me. We're working together here. I'm listening to you guys. Your voice is heard here in the cult. But in all seriousness, so I'm glad you guys gave me feedback to do these. Let me know. I think I need one more confirmation if you like these videos. But even then, if you've already let me know, just interact with it. Let me know what stocks you have on your watch list, which ones you agree with, what you disagree with. We're not going to get offended here. So please, share. And that's the next level of participating. I'm sure you guys will give me ideas. And as always, with these type of watch list videos, I want to make sure you guys understand things can change by the morning. So we're trading live. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open, youtube.com/thestockmarket, or the link is all in the description below. But I want to make sure, because that's where I'm going to be giving updates on this. So I know some of you will be listening to this on the way to work tomorrow morning. Some will be listening tonight, but I just wanted to make it clear so we're all on the same page. And again, if you are too shy to interact, or even again the cult holding it down, just give me a thumbs up and let me know that you guys, because that was a big indicator too from the last video, that in the comments. So thank you guys again, because I think this could be really good. I didn't realize that you guys are like, oh, it's a great video. I didn't think, okay, I'm talking too much, but I'm glad you're taking the value. So I'm going to go over the plays, and I am going to show some option chains so we could understand why. Now, there's a few that are the same. Really, three of the same ones are here: Roku, Boeing, and Nvidia. And then Facebook, well, they're all the same, but there's different plays. And then I'm going to add two more that I don't have on the screen yet when we get to them. But the key with some of these now, some of these are setting up for swing trades. And if you just saw my video I released on Boeing, I went through the filings to prove that 373, support level. The next level is going to be 330 based on the buybacks. However, it's going to be digestion. And, that's the next theme of the main one I want to talk about, Facebook. So Facebook, they literally, right after hours, the senior product manager, the CPO, he resigned, and he says, quote unquote, he wants to do something else. And then the VP of WhatsApp also resigned. So this isn't good. The stock, it tanked literally even lower. It did gap down today, as you see, same thing, aftermarket gap down again, but then it kind of came up. And this is what I was talking about with some people. I said I kind of invented a pattern. Yep, I know. It sounds really awful to say. Where is it? Facebook kind of, see, it's showing the after hours. Maybe I have to turn after hours off. Hold on. But the thing was, it was digestion. Facebook gapped down today. It went straight up, literally like nothing happened. Here's Facebook right there. You could see that. Tell me in the left-hand corner here that didn't look exactly like Boeing, almost to a T. So you guys, this is my digestion pattern where bad news is hitting. They got probed, bad news hits, the stock goes up the first day, and then boom, we see the reaction the next day. So we could expect a big move on Facebook. And again, if they do give it support, maybe I'll go through and see their buyback policy as well. But if we do get support, I think it's going to be great even for a Friday. The options are going to be cheap, but just like today on a Thursday, you got to be careful. That's why I'm going to go through the option chain to show you the next one, Roku. And Roku was a little better because today it held, it didn't, I straddled it today, but it didn't do exactly what I wanted. It opened up, it had this volatility, and this is what I want to highlight with Roku, because whatever happens tomorrow, both Roku and Nvidia, we are going to get this opportunity right here where you're getting this up and down swing for literally that first 30 minutes. These are going to be those opportunities on the Friday, but you have to be careful with the options, because after that 30 minutes, whatever happens, and if it doesn't move an extreme amount, data is going to kill if you're playing the daily option. So again, think swings. And if you guys are gambling, greedy degenerates, go to the next week. It's simple as that, especially with some of these plays like Facebook and Boeing, where it needs time to digest. Give yourself time. You could, again, if you want to get some of that delta, you could throw in small on the weekly, but make sure you're pushing out your dates. So Roku's interesting, and this is the one I want to show you guys here, because here's the option chain. Roku. I want to show you guys what the options did. You see both calls and puts are negative. So again, it didn't move. The whole idea behind this play yesterday, like I said, was if it's going to do a downturn, it was either going to have a continuation, and it looked like that was going to happen. then it got support here. So this is something to watch, because if the continuation happens, why I like Roku, again, comparing it to GoPro, there's a lot of up and downside room to it, and it's a small float. So now these weekly contracts are going to get really cheap, and even then, the March 22nd, this type of move, as you even see any of the contracts, you're seeing the change close. If you haven't seen my video on easy option analysis, you could get an idea of the premium. Both calls and puts died. That's why some of you today, you were saying you bought calls and puts and instantly lost. One, there's something called the spreads that make you pretty much lose right off the bat. But again, even if the stock only moved, here $1 and you're factoring a $5, $6 move, you're going to get killed by theta. And that's the error too. That first 30 minutes of the market, when you guys are playing any of these, or if you try to, be careful on the dailies, because anything far out of the money, some of you are like, oh, I'll just buy the 5-cent one. No, if it doesn't end up at your strike by the end of the day, you will lose. And even if it ends at your strike, if it doesn't make up what you paid for it, you will lose again. So be careful of that. But those are that. There's Roku. And now Boeing, same thing, digestion with it. Now it's had these 3-4 days. I was getting a little nervous there. I had the spreads on both sides with it that I sold a premium on, and that play is now overall net positive for me, which is, praise God. But here again, watch for the digestion. I put that video out today. We don't know. And somebody even said, they responded to me and they're like, oh, my short-term gut is telling me to go after this. I said your midterm gut. So this is going to be one of those swings again, because as the filing showed, they have $9 billion a year is what they're spending. They got a couple $1 billion to exhaust to try to defend here. If the market picks up, if, perception, whatever may happen, it could go up and then come straight back down, but they have money to protect for the meantime. I think they'll spend a couple billion. And again, it makes sense why they would. It's cheap. They want to support the perception. But now here's another good example. The Lion Air one I brought up, it went up, it dropped, but look at the last time it had an extended 4 or 5 day drop, because Boeing is a real trend stock. Notice when it goes up, it goes up. It goes down, it really goes down. And then here you kind of see it where it's going down, it could stagnate. But again, as they support it, and then they support it around that 330 level, it comes right back here, right? Just below, it goes up and then comes right back down. So I'm expecting some time frames, to give this thing some time. However, don't underestimate what we could see on the short term. And again, the option chain is the same as Roku. That was the blessing even for Facebook. I called it out on stream today right before. I said it looks like the digestion, and I went and I bought more puts, and I held the puts I didn't sell that I ended up becoming, I almost was down on them. They were 30%, and I kept saying those are it's the better time now. But you guys should like this. This should be whetting your appetite on any of the contracts if you get to see puts and calls are both down, because that means the volatility, both sides are getting cheaper, but that also means expectations are changing. When you see a cheap contract, it's not cheap for no reason. Again, everything happens for a reason. So then Nvidia, it's really similar to Roku. It followed the SPY. Chip makers were acting a little weird today, so that's something that I was looking at. But again, it was still, Nvidia is going to be one to play off the gate. I actually saw it off the gate. It looked too expensive for me. I took the Rokus because Roku has more potential to move. Nvidia could rock it up and down, but I know also Nvidia is either going to do nothing or it's going to do a lot. Roku, I wasn't expecting too much of nothing, to be honest. So Nvidia is still in play, but again, it could just as well be a cuck fest. Now, the next play, though, I'm going to relate to Facebook. I have two other ones to show you guys. Google also, Google had some outages, Apple had some outages, and then Facebook. But now this drama with Facebook, I'm going to go back to that. Just like Tesla, that is awful when executives leave. So that's why it's going to have a short-term effect tomorrow, and then it's already happened after hours. But then watch for the digestion and how we're going to play that out. But Google was showing real relative weakness all day today compared to everything else. And it's, isn't it kind of weird that they kind of ended up matching up, compared to Apple, compared to Amazon. Amazon was kind of there, but Amazon, it held a little stronger. But Google started to drop before everyone else, and it kept dropping. It didn't get that, and that could have been a forewarning. But Google, I think, could be next on the chopping block. These things come in twos with these companies. Facebook is in the same business mode as Google, and then the probe related Facebook, Google, and Microsoft. So that's another one I'd look out for. Microsoft is about to hit, I believe, all-time highs, or I want to say all-time highs, or yeah, just about. It's right there, so that could be good on the plus side, and if anything could go up, I'm going to look for calls and maybe a breakout. However, at the same respect, I'm not going to get too eager, because very well, what I've seen a lot with Microsoft, a lot near these highs, you'll notice it gets up there and comes down. Let me pull up a longer chart for you. So you're going to be able to get your opportunity. It will have these fake breakouts and come back, so give yourself some time. That took about 2 months, surprisingly, but it's a low volatility stock, and that's what's good about it. Next one, Square. Square is one the options are, it has a similar pattern to Roku in the sense that low float, it moves a lot in cheap options, and again, on a Friday or even in the next week, if it starts making those moves, that'll be great if you could get a cheap contract and then you start getting those big delta moves. However, the main reason I'm putting them Square, so many mother effers asked me about it. That it could be in focus, and we'll see it. It's loosely related to the finance stocks, which again, I put Goldman Sachs on there. That ended up doing nothing. But again, I'm going to put Goldman back again because depending on what the market does, if we start to see an early reaction and an early takeoff, keep that there. So those are it in the last section. I'm loosely mentioning these because I don't think the time is yet. But look at McDonald's today. Market went down, value stock went up. Walmart, there was a big dividend, and a lot of companies paid out dividends. They didn't do too good off of that. But notice the value stocks are starting to climb. So it's getting to that point now where if markets go down and we see a rotation of value, these are going to be killer because Walmart, Starbucks, McDonald's, these are all low volatility stocks. So the options are cheap, but they could really make moves. McDonald's is one of my favorites. This is one of those plays I often turn $2 or $10, $20 into a lot. It could be powerful what McDonald's could do. So that's pretty much it. I will leave it there, you guys. Let me know what you think. And again, some of these are all the same, and things will change coming into the pre-market. We'll see depending on how exciting it is. Even if it's not exciting, some of these are going to be in play. And what I did today, what I'd recommend, and this is why I want you guys to comment, you pick from some of these, you scan through the morning, and then really try to focus on a few of them. That's what I did. I put up Boeing, I put up Facebook first, and I saw what I did. I grabbed the call to hedge myself, but my puts opened up 300%, and then I went straight to Roku, and I kept Nvidia up at the same time. I passed on Nvidia, I took Roku, and I kept holding. I didn't add to any of the Boeing, and I kept just doing what I was doing with that. And all the other ones, I watched Goldman. I wanted to get to it, but again, this wasn't really showing me anything relative to the market. And again, how these stocks all move to the market in this environment is very important. So I'll leave it there, guys. Just thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and make sure I see you guys live 30 minutes before open tomorrow. Let's go! Oh, I need the horn. Boop, 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 boop. All right, peace out.